And leading us off is the 2021 Michigan PGA Player Development Award winner, Andre Pillow. How are you, man?
Doing pretty good. Doing pretty good.
This is kind of fun to see the future of our game all gathered in this place.
It's great. It's great to see. Obviously, affecting the community through golf is something that seems like a natural fit, with golf affecting the individual and focusing on growth of the individual. So it's great to see a program like this that affects our community in this way.
Now, you do some instruction here at Indian Trails, but then also over at Blythefield, two very different properties, right?
Correct.
One hosts an LPGA event, and the other is a community course that's located, as our listeners can probably hear traffic in the background, just off of 28th Street.
Correct.
What does golf and the appeal to young people have in common, no matter what venue they're playing?
The cool thing is, no matter where golf is, it's still golf. And I think that there's a way to affect the individual despite the background or how you grew up. My individual mission, my company mission is to teach the game of golf to everyone despite income or background. And I want everyone to enjoy the game in the manner that they desire. With that being said, at Blythefield, of course, a more affluent customer base. Here, we service the community offering a slightly more affordable rate and also trying to affect the community, helping some kids offering free golf instruction.
Now, you have a shirt with the logo DNA Golf Instruction.
Correct.
That's your company.
That's my company.
DNA is the composition, the very foundation of golf, right?
Correct.
That's the instruction from the ground up.
Correct. And we want you to find your DNA. Ironically, DNA stands for Discovering Natural Ability. And once again, it's a gift that I believe that all kids should sort of build and try to develop, right? They have a natural ability. They have intuition. They have a certain way that they process and think. And I think golf only enhances and helps them hone that in, not only for the sport itself, but in other aspects of their life.
In just a few moments, you're going to do a clinic for young people.
Yes, sir.
I think it's a short game or a putting clinic. So what do you tell kids about putting that we might learn, us old people?
Well, for one, putting is great because putting is very unique, meaning there's a lot of different techniques, ways to hold the club, but there's a process. And we have a saying, you might know this saying, driving for show and putting for dough. So it's a way that we separate from each other as well in relation to our score. So I'm going to open up the imagination and have people think of ways to process maybe differently. Golf, obviously, we get mechanical, and most instructors get mechanical, and I can as well. But I'd rather build certain feel elements or help you with your imagination or trying to experience golf using your own intuition and thought process.
Where did you fall in love with golf?
I think it was my father playing the game at the age of 4, product of Lansing school districts in Lansing, Michigan there. And playing the game at a young age, I was one of those kids that was talented, picked first in most sports in the neighborhood up until the 8th grade, loved basketball, probably my favorite sport, loved football, loved wrestling, loved soccer, loved almost any sport that I've ever played. But for some reason, golf felt more like a challenge. I felt more rewarded when I succeeded, and the successes and failures were mine to sort of learn how to deal with, either good or bad. And I thought that there was something unique about that, and it really grabbed me as a young person.
For our listeners who aren't able to be part of today's clinic, what's the follow-up instruction for DNA Golf Instruction? How can they reach you if they perhaps have a young person in the family they'd like to get connected with the game?
Well, I'm here for everyone. That's the first and foremost. We are available at dnagolfinstruction.com, also on social media, Facebook, TikTok, Instagram, offering free instruction.
Free
instruction,
that
which
fits
we
into
need,
a lot
we
of
need to do that.
budgets.
Correct, and we need that's sort of what we're there for, to kind of appease that market and to give you access to a sport and to try to answer questions. So we do videos similar to what you see on the Golf Channel, 8 to 10 minutes long. We do faster videos for those that don't have that time, that are more visual. So I'm trying to reach the market, reach golfers of all different types of thoughts, and hopefully we go from there.
Well, I love that. I love that effort. I love that desire and that passion for it. It's great to meet you. Thanks for stopping by
Pleasure.
the program. DNA Golf Instruction, Andre Pillow, and he is he's the Pied Piper today for these young people. We hope that the light bulb goes off for all of them to fall in love with this game, and part of that light bulb going on process is playing it better.
Correct.
You'll do something you have some skills with, so that's good stuff. By the way, we'll talk about this in the next segment. This day, hosted by the GAM on behalf of Youth on Course, is raising over $50 $100,000 for the Youth on Course program. So you talk about putting feet to your faith, and you're preaching this message about bringing young people into the game. The funding to support the program is also part of that, and that's happening here today. So it's great stuff. Andre, thank you. It's good to meet you.
Thank you. Pleasure.
We will take a break here on Michigan Golf Live and continue this Youth on Course celebration. Our location is Indian Trails Golf Club, just off of 28th Street in Grand Rapids. There's currently, as we speak, a 100-hole marathon going on. Thankfully, I'm here on the radio setup, so I don't have to be out there trying to get those holes in. But we will continue telling this story when we return after this break.